feature here, so the actual basic setup. So I'll be going through all the different mockups that we offer now and show you guys how to work with those different types of mockups and the products, and then how to save your designs, and also how to create your description down here at the bottom as well. So you have all your information for all the order forms here, and as well as your mockups and everything else. So again, we're going to be focusing today on the basic side of the mockups. I feel like that's it's a good way to start. We'll start with basic, and then once we get a little bit more acclimated with the new mockups feature, then we can go ahead and we'll go over the advanced, because advanced does have a lot more steps to it. But of course, it's just more unique. It's a more unique mockup, so it's going to give you a lot more detail to the actual finished product or the finished mockup. Right? I tried to use the 3.08 and I could get it to work right, so I went back to the 2. Shelby, try downloading the 3.09. That one should have all your issues fixed. My description won't save either. Okay, Christy, sounds like you're just having a lot of trouble with these mockups, huh? All right, so let's go right into it, and let's see if maybe what I'm going over might help you figure out why it's having any issues. Charlie, 3.091. Yes, the 3.091. Yeah, that's the one that actually has the newer mockups as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. All right, so it looks like everybody, for the most part, looks like a lot of you guys are having some issues, mostly with the design not changing. Seems like a couple of you guys mentioned that in the questions box here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. All right, if you guys have any questions, again, guys, this is a beginner webinar, so ask me questions. I'll be more than happy to stop and show you guys. I know this is a whole new setup here that we have for the mock-up, so let me know what I can help you guys with throughout the process here. If you guys need me to go back and repeat something, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to do so. Shelby, the add-ons, okay, that part of the mock-ups feature is still not completed yet, not finalized, Shelby. But there will be a custom mockup section in our mockups as well. So as far as the 2.0, I want to say they'll still be compatible with 3.091, right? All right, and again, guys, excuse me for my voice. I'm trying to talk as little as possible while getting all the information to you guys. So so just bear with me as we go throughout the process. Yeah, Shelby, it's just because it's you haven't heard anything really, just because it's not a feature that we've uploaded yet. We don't have it finalized on the wizard yet. But of course, we have all these new features and all these new exciting mockups templates that we want to cover before we get into the custom part of it. So, all right, so let's go back. Let's go in here and show you guys exactly what the new mockup feature is all about and some different ways to work with the different mockups in here. All right. So first things first, obviously we have at the bottom right here, we have our description. So just like the old 2.0, if you click on the little pencil tool here on the right-hand side, that's going to give us the ability to edit our watermarks and logos. So this is where you're going to be able to enter all your information as far as the description for this particular edit tab. All right, so you can actually title it as you wish. So once you go to the drop-down menu, you know which one you're going to work with. So we can put in TRW webinar. So that's going to be the title. That's when I go to create my mock-up now. I know to look for TRW webinar. That's going to be the one that's going to have the new information in there that I want to add to my mock-ups. All right, so here we have TRW webinar, watermark text, similar as the 2.0. We're going to go ahead and hit TRW, or you can type in your website, so the rhinestoneworld.com. So again, all this is pretty similar. Transparency, again, you can go ahead and type in, let's do 90. If you guys remember from the old the old Stone Wizard, we were working with that 90 was pretty good, where you could still see it, but obviously there was a watermark there. Yes, Jerry, the watermark is not quite working yet. Exactly. But we still need to have that information in here to save this this particular description here. All right. How do you know what transparency is the best, Shelby? That's just that's just based on your opinion. If you want it to show up more, or if you want it to be more translucent, that's up to you. Some people like to have their watermark very bright so you can see the website behind it. Some don't even want to show it. They just want to know that it's there. They just want to let you know that it's there, so they make it very translucent. But other than that, it's up to you, really. Denise, where does the wizard save all this info? In user, Denise, it actually gets saved into your documents. So if you go to your folder right here, all right, and you go to documents, so under documents here we have TRW Stone Wizard. All right, so if you guys have any issues with any of the mockups or magic patterns, you guys will see us or the call center guys go into the Stone Wizard right here in documents. And this is what we'll do a lot of our work to make sure that everything, all the files in there correctly, and everything that we want to work with is going into the correct location or correct files. But everything that you see there, that's going to be right here under mockups, and then you have your images. So this is where you're going to find your images for the customs. You're going to have your products here, so all your different products. You're also going to have your templates. So here's all your different templates. That again, that's all found under your documents right here. Documents, and then just go to TRW Stone Wizard. Okay, Christy, thank you for that. Have you reported that yet, Christy, or is it giving you the message? Okay, perfect. As long as you reported it, that's what we need, and that's going to allow us to obviously get that issue fixed. Patricia, what is this edit tab under? Oh, I'm sorry, the edit tab. So the edit tab, right down here at the bottom. All right, so we have under mockups, all the way at the bottom right here where we have description. Right below, or excuse me, to the right of that is our, it's almost like a little pen tool or pencil tool right here. Okay, just left click on that, and that's going to give us this editing box here. All right. Okay. So everybody good so far as where to get this edit box here, and also, Denise, did you get that where we were able to find those different files? All right, again, if you guys need me to repeat anything, guys, just let me go. This is a pretty freely open webinar because I know this is something that we haven't seen before, and we haven't really done a webinar before, so ask as many questions as possible. This is the time to do so. All right, so again, let's go ahead and type in TRW webinar here, and then we'll actually put the date so we'll know exactly when we created it. Oh, Jerry, yes, Chippy is in full effect. Absolutely. If you guys haven't checked out the video, definitely do so. It actually came out really good this year. We're really proud. Martin did an awesome job on the video. All right, so watermark, we'll do TRW. Again, transparency, let's just go ahead and do 90. Oh, let me do 90 here. All right, so here's where we have the logo path. All right, the logo path to download your logo in there. Make sure you have that PNG JPEG file saved in a folder where it's going to be nice and easy to find. Now let's go ahead and left click right here on our little folder, and that's going to bring up our new page here. And now I can just go to, let's say, my desktop. I know I have one in there. So here's my TRW logo. I'm going to go ahead and left click on that, and then that's going to drop the logo path right in there. All right, so now it's going to recognize that logo for me. Denise, any picture file will work. All right. All right. The next thing we're gonna put on there is gonna be the business name. So again, we'll type in TRW. Right here we have the the website. So we can type in the rhinestoneworld.com. Down here at the bottom, now we're gonna get into the phone number and all your information, your contact information for your clients to be able to contact you back. All right. So we'll type in 941-755-1696. That is actually the Rhinestone World's phone number, not mine directly. So, all right, email is going to be obviously info@rhinestoneworld.com. Street, 2077 58th Circle. And then finally we have our city, state, and zip. So again, all useful information. Obviously, you want to make sure that once you create your mockup, your customers obviously have all your contact information to get back to you and go through with the order, or if they want to see anything change, or if they want to see maybe any questions they might have for you, they have an easy way to contact you right there. All right, so that's all going to be in that mockup or that order form. So we'll type in Bradenton here, Florida. And then the zip is 34203, I believe, in where we're located here. All right, so we've entered all our information in here. Denise, if you have a website, where can you add that? Yeah, right here. Do you see where it says web right here, Denise? So this is where you want to enter your website. So we can type in right here. We'll type in www.therhinestoneworld.com. No problem, no problem. Yeah, no, it's kind of hidden up there to the search. Actually, the box to enter the website and is pretty large, but the actual little title at the top is kind of tiny, so it's tough to see, but it's right there. All right, now here's the big thing. Once we've completed filling in all the information, make sure just everything is correct on there. Obviously, you don't want to mislead your clients. Make sure all the information there is correct to contact you guys. And once it is, make sure you hit the add. All right. So I've done it. I know I've done it many times where I want to create a new a new mock-up information sheet. So I create it, I type everything in there, I type my phone number, email, address, but what happens is I forget to hit that add right here, and if that happens, then you might hit save down here at the bottom, but it's not actually going to create that particular description there for your mock-up, all right? So you won't be able to find it in the drop-down menu. So to do that, to make sure that it's going to be added, just go ahead and left-click on the add right here, and there we go. So there's my new webinar down here at the bottom. Of course, make sure you save it. So we're going to go save right here. Or if you want to move that particular one right here to the top of the list, if it's one that you think you're going to be using quite often, let's go ahead and hit the up arrow right here. And I see what Christy meant earlier. She said the up arrows weren't working. All right, so I should avoid that. All right, should have gone over that with when I was practicing earlier. And you see what happened there? I didn't save it, so we're going to have to go back and redo that. That's all right, though. At least you guys get to see it one more time. Jerry, this doesn't seem to save from one mockup to the next for me, even though I have added it. It saved. Is there something? Jerry, it's basically it's gonna ask you to save the design every time you create a mockup. So every time you go to create a new mockup, once you close it down, it's gonna basically ask you to do resave that design as well. Jennifer, Jennifer, it's almost like you knew I was gonna hit the up arrow. And right before I said that, I should have read your comment, Jennifer, because obviously I ran into the same exact issue. So for the time being, guys, don't hit that up arrow right here. Just leave it as it is because it is going to crash it for right now. Or if you guys try it and it doesn't crash it, let us know. That could help with the actual fixing of that problem. Denise, transparency is just basically the let me show you here so that you can see the difference. If you guys don't mind, I'll go over transparency real quick. So let's go back to the 2.14 here, and I'm going to show you the difference here. So right before, we would have the transparency right here. All right, so let's say we had a design like so, all right, and then let's just do a simple, I just want to do a watermark, and we're just going to do a simple mock-up. Nothing crazy, but look at the transparency I have right now. All right, so we're at 90. Shelby, I'll get back to the arrows here momentarily, all right? No problem. Jerry, save your info, Jerry, and see if that works as well. Save your info at the bottom of the wizard. Just do the little save, and see if that does it for you. All right, so here's the transparency. Let me go ahead and create this mock-up, and you guys will see the difference. So create this one. All right, so you can see how the copyright right there, you can see how it's pretty dark. I mean, you can definitely see it there. All right, so that's at 90. So let's now drop it. Let's go ahead and go crazy. Let's go 40. Let's see what that's going to do. All right, so let's go ahead and create it. All right, so now you can see, because we went down on the transparency, now you're able to see that a lot brighter. All right, so now it actually shows more. So that's the difference between the two. Let me bring this one back in so you guys can see a little bit better. Yep, you get that, Denise? So it's just the value is basically going to help you understand either how much is going to show or how light is going to be on the background there, so you can barely see it. Oh, Jerry, it should save it. No, it should. It's not saving your business info. Did you make sure you save it? Oh, that's strange. It should be saving it every time, Jerry. Okay, Jerry. I'm gonna have to look into that for you. I'm actually writing that down right now. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down for you. Saving information. Okay, so I got that written down for you, Jerry. So we'll take a look into that issue for you. All right, so let's go ahead and, so does everybody have the transparency down? So obviously, the lower you go with the transparency, you are so excellent. Thank you, Jerry. You are swell yourself. So the lower the transparency, the brighter the background, the watermark, the higher the transparency, the lighter it's going to be. So it's going to be tougher to see, but obviously it's always going to be back there. It's still going to be in the background, or excuse me, it's going to still be the top layer. So if somebody does try to steal your design, you can easily go back and obviously they're not going to be able to do it easily, but also you can just go back and see, hey, there's my logo right in the background. There's my website right there in the watermark. So you can tell if somebody's actually using your image to post on their website or anything like that. All right, so let's go ahead and bring up the 3.0 again and start and keep going with our and Jerry, I'm gonna try it right now as well. It's been working for me, but maybe now that you mentioned it, let's see. Hopefully it still works. Let's see. So we'll go here, transparency. So what do you guys like better for the transparency? You guys think it's better to have the lighter transparency or for the transparency to show more? Darker. Okay, yeah, and I think it is. I like it. I like my design to actually show through more. So I prefer to have the watermark basically just kind of faded. Because again, if you're working with rhinestones, I feel like sometimes the watermark gets into the design. You can't really tell as much of the detail. So I like to lighten it up a little, make it as kind of faded as possible, and that way I can the design really pops through the screen. All right, so we'll type in business name again, TRW. Let's go ahead and type in the website, rhinestoneworld.com, and then we'll type in 941-755-1696, email info@the-Rhinestone-World. Actually, Jerry, you know what? I know mine is working because this is one I did actually earlier today. All right, so I just tried it out and it's still in there. So why it's not saving yours? That's very strange. We're gonna have to look into that for you. Circle. All right, Sprinting. 34203. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and hit add. All right, again, Rudy, don't hit up the up arrow this time, so we're not gonna do that. All right, so now all I need to do is just hit save at the bottom here, and that's gonna save my logo right in there. So now I'll be able to find that TRW right here. So 1 and 2. This is the new one I created right here at the bottom. Penny, yours is not saving either. Okay. Shelby, okay, in the 3.08. So it could have been something that happened in the 3.09 install. So we'll look into that because it's not working for me either for the up arrows. All right, I'm not changing to my design. All right, so your mockup's not changing to the design, Jill? Mustang's baseball design. Okay. Shelby, it should transfer over to the 3.09. Now, Jill, so basically when you let me get a little bit of understanding of what's happening in your case, Jill. Is yours when you're creating the mock-up, is it just giving you the Mustang's baseball design in there then? Or is it really? Let's try that out. All right, so real quick, does anybody have any questions in regards to how we created the description down here? Okay, description is very important. Make sure all that information is correct because, again, that's going to be the information that's going to be given to your customers, and those customers are going to give it to their friends and families. So, again, make sure that all the information is correct, and then go ahead and save it for later use. All right, so now we can go into the actual creating of the mock-ups. So, Jill, so basically the one you're having issues with is which one? This one right here? So the one, the mock-up single product, or is it all of them that it's doing that with? If you can let me... Yes, it won't change. Okay. So are you... Oh, hold on. Let me see here. So are you guys seeing a different screen than I am right here? Or is this the one it's on everything, Jill? All right, so let's say if you create something like a triangle here. All right. It's only one choice I have. Okay. So it must be in this part right here. Let's create it real quick. So I'm going to save my design. Now you're hitting save design, correct? So we're going here, save design. Okay. And then create mockup. It's strange. So it looks like it's... Ooh. we're gonna have to figure that. School, what's going on with you guys? Have you guys called in? Have you guys called into the Really, you guys are not getting any of these designs in there? Have you guys called our tech team to see if can we sign it? Christy, trust me, it looks like you're not the only one. It seems Jill, Jerry. Okay. Okay, so let's go through the webinar. Let's figure it out, and then if at the end of the webinar you guys are still having issues, just give us a call. We can do a screen view, our team viewer with you guys, and see exactly what's happening, why your design's not saving. All right. And one more question: is it a rhinestone design or is it a vector design? I guess that's a big question as well. Stone, perfect. All right. So let me go ahead and work with a rhinestone design. So I had two designs we were going to work with today, but because it seems like you guys are having a lot of issues with the rhinestones. Oh, Jerry. Jill, yeah, upgrade from the 3.09 to the 3.091 and see if, let me know if you see any differences, because the 3.091 does have a couple of bug fixes in there as well. Okay, and Jerry, you said you're having issues with vector files? Okay, so I'll try both types of files and we'll see where we can go from there, right? All right, and again, guys, thank you so much for letting me know all these issues, because obviously without you guys, we would never know. We would never know about them. So thank you guys for letting us always know about all the issues and keeping us up to date. Yeah, Jerry, you probably want. Okay, so is everybody that's having issues with the designs? Are you guys on 3.09 or 3.091? As you can see, I'm actually working with 3.091 at the top here. Christy, ooh. So we had two say that they're at 3.09. Christy, I thought that was going to be the fix, and unfortunately, you have been the oddball. All right, so Christy's still having issues. Penny, okay. So it looks like for the most part, Penny. So Jill and Jerry, if you guys can, when we're done with the webinar, upgrade to the 3.091, and then let me know if it's still giving you guys issues. Pat, install the. Okay. All right. And Pat, what is your issue that you're running into? Is it to do with the mock-ups? Mock-ups. Okay. All right. So it seems like so it's good to know. And again, guys, I'm writing all this down. So if you guys hear a little bit of silence, that's just me trying to write all this information down to pass it along. Okay. Perfect. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into it. And if you guys see me do something different that you're not doing, let me know, and that way we can explain it and obviously figure out if that might be causing a lot of the issues that I see you guys are having. But again, if you guys are all having the same issue, there's a good chance that there could be a fix for that. So let's go ahead in here and let's go ahead and start creating our mock-ups. So again, with the mock-ups like the old version, we still have to work with our stone colors that we have here in the TW Stone Wizard. Now again, you're not going to be able to actually simulate the stones or get the stone detail quite yet because those features have not been uploaded yet. But again, with the true colors here, it's going to create a real mock-up. It's not going to give you any issues. So make sure before you do anything, just go ahead and change the colors to the rhinestone colors here. Give it to you by the TW Stone Wizard. Alright, so we'll go ahead and select the one on the outside here, which is one of our outside red colors here, red cyanes. And I'm going to go ahead and select all same color. And then I'm just going to go ahead down here at the bottom and left click on red cyan. Alright, so there we go. That's red cyan. Let's go ahead and select one of my aquas in the middle here. And I want to go ahead and create that and make that into a crystal stone for the outside, for the inside of the ball, and then obviously the outside of the LVE there. Alright. So are you guys, when you guys are creating your mock-ups, are you guys working with colors here in the TW Stone Wizard, or are you guys working with the colors over here in the Corel Draw palette? In the Wizard? Okay. Well, Chris, you're not making this easy. You're basically doing everything correct, and it's just not working properly for you, huh? Okay, and it actually looks like all you guys are actually working with the colors in there. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep going here. Again, let me know if you guys see anything a little bit different that you guys might not be covering or going over as well when you guys are creating your mock-up. All right, so now that we've got that process completed here, so we have our design ready to go. We're set up exactly how we want the design to look. So now we actually need to select the template and also the product that we want to place this particular design on. All right, so right here we have our template tab. All right, so here's our template tab. If I hit the drop down menu. You see all the different types of templates or mock-up styles that we offer. All right, so the first one on here is the quick design. Very simple to use. Again, we're under basic, so make sure for this webinar we're going to be working under the basic here. So you're not going to see as many options when we're working with the basic. So it makes it very simple for you guys to go in and still be able to use all the cool looking mock-ups, but it's going to make it a lot simpler for you guys to create them. You can't even get the product type to change. Okay. All right. Well, right now you're not going to be able to, Christy. The only time you're going to be able to change the product is when you actually have the product selection selected. All right. So for the quick design, again, nothing crazy here. Let's go ahead and highlight my design. Make sure you're always highlighting the design before you save it. So highlight the love here. We have quick design. We have design selected because obviously it doesn't give us another option there. So now we're just going to go down here to the bottom, hit Save Design. All right, so hit the Save Design button there. And now we can go ahead and create the mockup. So Save Design, go down more, and then now hit left click on Create Mockup. All right, so now it's going to run through my design, and there's my very quick design there. All right, so what do you guys think? You guys are doing all those steps right there, and that's where it's not happening for you guys? Okay, so it looks like Christy, you might just need to give us a call. Looks like you have been running into a lot of issues. We might have to go in there and check out what's going on with your folders. There might not be, the files might not have been installed correctly, so we might have to go in there and do a manual install to get that problem fixed. Shelby, I can redo that, absolutely. All right, guys, one quick thing I want to show you guys. I know, Jill, excellent. So Jill said that 3.09 it worked to this point. Oh, you're saying it worked to this point. Okay, I thought you said you just upgraded and now it worked. Okay. Okay, so Shelby, I'm going to go back and redo that for you real quick. Now, do you guys know about the pages down here at the bottom? All right, so let's say you're done with this design. Don't hit the back arrow, or maybe if there's something you have to change in this design and then redo the mock-up, don't go ahead and hit the back arrow, and because that's going to go step by step back. What you want to do is go down here to the bottom of your pages down here, and where you see mock-up right here, let's go ahead and right-click on that mock-up and hit Delete Page, and that brings me back to my page 1 where my original design is. All right, so now, again, we're going to highlight my design. Okay, I already have it saved, but if it's the first design, or if it's a new design you want to create a mock-up of, hit Save Design again. And again, I'm under the quick design here. The only option I can work with is right here. So notice that drop down right here only allows me to select design, and everything else is grayed out. All right. So again, make sure you highlight the design. You have to highlight the design and then hit save. And then we can go ahead and create the mockup. But again, I have my design highlighted, and let's go ahead and create mockup. And also, one other thing that you guys need to pay attention to is to make sure that it is inside of your workspace. All right, so inside this box right here. Oh, Jill, excellent. Awesome. Jill, so she's actually following along to this point. Excellent, Jill. So hopefully the 3.09 fixes the issue you were running into. All right, so right here, we have our design highlighted. Now, Shelby, all I'm going to do now is hit that Create Mockup right here. So left-click on that Create Mockup, and there it is. It's going to it's going to run through the design. It's going to put it on a black background there, and you're good to go. All right, does anybody know what else we can use to be able to do this right here? So instead of going over here to quick, yes, Shelby, you have to save the design, exactly. If you don't save the design, the software is not going to recognize what design you want to place in there. All right, so let's see. Can you specify a different size paper now to use 3 or 4 shirt mockups compared to a single one? Yes. That's one of our. That's if I can understand you correctly, Denise, we do have a new order form that you can put multiple shirts on rather than just one design. Yes, absolutely. All right. So, anybody have any questions as far as the quick design is concerned? All right, let's go ahead and move down the list here. All right, so the next option we have is our quick product. So you'll notice the first three up here are your quick mock-up features. All right, and that's again we're under basic here. So we're gonna go ahead and click on quick product now. So again, quick product, all it's giving me now is the option to select a garment that I want to place my design onto. So before, the quick design is just placing this design on a black background. Now we're going to get a little bit more intricate, and we're actually going to place my design onto a shirt, right? So what I got to do now is I'm going to select my product. So right here we have product. And again, notice how because I'm under basic right here, I only have a couple options to work with. So it makes it very easy to understand what we need to hit or save and then to create our mock-up. So I'm going to go ahead and do product. And again, go down the list, guys. Make sure you don't try to do design and then product. Just go down the list. So we'll select product. Now I can go into the product type space here, and I'm going to go ahead and hit the drop-down menu. And let's say we want to drop this love design on a women's. All right, so we're selecting now the sex of that particular client. We're going to do product down here, drop-down menu. Now I can select the type of a shirt I want to work with. And because I'm under the women's product type, I have all the different women's shirt down here. So I have burnout shirt, dry fit, long sleeve, scoop neck, v-neck, tank top. So all the different options in there. So let's go ahead and do a tank top shirt. And then again, notice how it actually shows you the product here as you're going. All right. So now it drops that tank top right there. So now we know we're actually working with the tank top. Now, do we want to put this design on the back of the shirt or the front of the shirt? That's going to be my last option down here at the bottom. So I can go down here and just hit front. I want to put this on the front of my shirt. All right, so we're all done there. Make sure that you got everything correct. So we have our tank top. We have women's tank top front. Perfect. Hit save product. All right, so left click on left save product. Now we need to go back up to the top. So we're going to go back to the template placeholders right here. All right, so keep that quick product selected. Make sure you go up here to where it says product and hit that drop-down menu and then hit design. All right, so again, now you don't have those options anymore, but it tells you what we've actually selected already. So you see where it says women's, tank top shirt, and then front. So it already tells me what I've selected as far as the product I'm going to be working with. Now what I need to do is select my design again, make sure it's selected, and hit save design. All right, so now that we've completed those two the two processes there to actually get to the mock-up creating process, now we can go ahead and just left click on create mockup, and again we're working with rhinestone designs, so it always takes a little bit longer with the rhinestone designs just because there are so many objects in that particular design. But what you can see now is that now it places that design perfectly on my garment. All right, do you guys see do you see what else is not happening here? Kim, I will go over that. Why doesn't the shirt and the wizard change? You're saying this one over here? You see how it changes? The reason it changes is because so if I have design, notice how it's grayed out, right? And Christy, this is actually a great question. This is a great thing you pointed out there. All right, so Christy's question is, why does it change? Why is it green when I'm in product but gray when I'm in design? The reason for that is it doesn't reflect the design at all, Chrissy. No, what it does is it's telling you what part you're selected. So if I'm under design, it's grayed out and everything else is grayed out. If I select the product, now it's telling me that what I'm changing is the shirt. You see that? So now, and that's going to make more sense once we get to the actual different types of mock-ups. So once we get down here to the bottom, to my proof sheet, and then my order forms right here, so you'll see how we have different shirts. So the order forms are all going to be the same, but obviously you can add more shirts to it. The proof sheet, we still have the proof sheet. But once we get to these different forms down here at the bottom, that's where it's going to make more sense why it changes the colors. But it's basically changing the color to what we've chosen to either select or change in that particular case. No, Chris, that would never change the actual design. It's just basically for your help guiding you to what you're actually changing as you're going to the mockup, as you're creating the mockup. Shelby, I'm going to show you again. Again, we're just going through the quick products here. So, yeah, we have not gotten to the actual main forms yet. So these are just your basic quick mock-ups that we can create. but it doesn't have all your information yet. Now, with the stone detail and the simulate stones, that feature hasn't been added yet. That's something we're still working on. So that's one thing that that has not been added to the software. But the logo you can actually add now. But yes, Jennifer, you are correct. No background. So what that allows me to do is now, because I have no mock-up, now I can have two different shirts without having to take them out of the background and so forth. And Kim, this is where I know Kim had a question in regards to the to how to change the shirt color. So to change the shirt color, all we need to do is just go in here, click on the shirt, just the shirt, and we'll make that one blue. And then we'll go in here and make this one green. But you see how much easier it is now because it doesn't have the background and it doesn't have all the bells and whistles. All I wanted was just the product. So now I can go here, and at the top here we have our single border, weed border. So left click on that, and that adds a little simple border around it. And now you've created your own custom mockup as well. Okay, so that makes it very quick and easy for you guys. I know that's one of the features I always showed when I was showing the old mockups. Because I feel like a lot of you guys, that's what you wanted to see, is how to actually extract the shirt and then basically create your own mock-up. So that's one cool way to do it, is just select that quick product. Now you don't have a background, it's just a shirt. And it will work with all the different types of shirts as well. Obviously in this case we chose the tank top. But you can go down the list here, V-neck, and you'll have them just a shirt like that. All right. So again, it's just a cool, we had a lot of suggestions for it, a lot of recommendations. And again, we paid attention. We read all those recommendations that you guys gave us, and it seemed like this is something that you guys wanted to see. So we went ahead and added it right there to the mock-up feature. Kim, border, please. Yes. So the border, let's say I deleted this background. The border basically is very simple to work with. Highlight my design, and at the top, so down below my my stone colors here, and right below that pencil tool, you see where we have that little black box, and it almost has like little red circles inside of it. Right there, just left click on that, and that creates a border. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely, Christy. The weed border, you can actually change the color too, so we can make that one white if we wanted to, which wouldn't really make much sense. But yeah, you can go in there and change. It's just basically, you know what that weed border really is I know this is going to catch you all by surprise. It's going to mind blow you all guys, but all it is just a square. All right, so that's really all that weed border is, just putting a square around your design. So you can always change the color to that. Don't worry, that's not a big deal. All right. Yeah, Jennifer. And again, it's we don't know how you guys like to create your designs or the mock-ups, so we just added a lot of different methods and different templates in there, just so you guys have a lot of more options to give to your customers. Because a good presentation, a good presentable mock-up is really going to sell the product. It's really going to sell that order for you. So make sure that you guys are taking a little bit of time more to create that mock-up and make it as perfect as possible to be able to showcase to your customers. When you do the mock-up like this, will the watermark go over the shirt only? Yeah, Shelby, that's a good question. Until I have the watermark features, that's something I actually, unfortunately, I'm guessing it will be. That's just my guess. That would be the only way it will work for it to actually protect the image. But Shelby, that's actually a really good question that I cannot answer at the moment, just because it's not something that I can actually try. So until that feature is added, once it is added, I'll let you know though. Yeah, Chrissy, yep, that's a great, Chrissy has a great point. So yes, so let's say we create this mock-up right here, so left click on the mock-up. Alright, so we're going to left click on the mock-up, and notice guys, I didn't change anything, and it still created the same mock-up. But Chrissy's question was, can we go ahead and add that weed border around, and then use our 2.14 to add the watermark? Why not? Let's go here, mock-ups. Let's do watermark right here. Just add a watermark, and bam, there's my watermark right on top. So yeah, absolutely. Because you still have the 2.14, you can still do that. Yeah. All right. Did anybody see that? What we did there, as far as using the add watermark feature in the 2.14? So once you've completed the whole process, once you've added the color to the shirt, once you've completed the weed box around it and changed the color to that, then the last thing you want to do is bring open the 2.14 and hit add watermark, and that can complete the process and add the watermark for you. So yeah, technically you still have the option to work with the watermarks, and don't forget, you guys can always go back to the 2.14 if there is some mockups in there that you guys want to work with or any features in there, you can still open it up. So don't be afraid to do that. All right. So anybody have any questions in regards to the quick design product? Now we're gonna get into the quick mockup here. And again, you can see it changes now. And look at here what we have. So I have design selected. You see that how I have my design selected? And what's selected inside my little preview here is the green design. All right, so green means that's what's highlighted basically. Yep, Shelby, I see what you're saying with, so Shelby basically saying that it would be cool to have when you create that single product to only have the watermark go over the shirt. And I completely understand where you're coming from. Instead of having a big box over it where there's going to be excess going over the shirt. I see what you're saying, Shelby. All right, so now we have our quick mock-up. So, again, quick mock-up, nothing to it. Now, the only difference is now notice at the bottom here, we do have the option now of creating the logo because as you can see from the preview down here, that's what we're going to add in there. All right, so for those of you guys that have been paying attention, what do we need to do to be able to create this particular mock-up? Oh, you guys are good. You guys are good. Save design, exactly. So left click on save design. And notice, because we're under this basic feature right here, guys, notice I really don't have to do much. Just select my design, hit save, select the type of description I want to put on there, click on the logo, hit water or create mockup, and that's going to run through my design, and it's going to place it perfectly on that mockup right there. There's my description right here. Oh. So here's my description that we can type in there. Now, once we get to the advanced features, you'll be able to actually enter in that description. So down here we have our website because we added that to the TRW description. And there's our awesome looking logo at the bottom, which is not actually the logo that we use here. But as you can see, there's my logo. All right. Now, if you want to change the background color, again, like the old mock-up features that we had, go ahead and change the box. You can change the outline here. You really get pretty creative, and you can, wow, those are some interesting colors there, but you can really get creative and start messing around with the mock-ups to make the design pop more or make the background make the design pop more, but ultimately that's up to you guys, and that can all be edited at the end of once the mock-up is created. All right, and again, this is only working with the basics here. So everything I'm showing you guys, just remember that once we get to advanced, there's a lot more options to customize the mockups before you even create it, which is the big advantage of using the advanced feature. All right, so anybody have any questions on the quick mockup? And again, that is as quick as you can get. That's actually quicker than it used to be to create the mockup. So that quick mockup right there, when we released the 3.08, again, we heard everything you guys said, and you guys wanted that quick mock-up in there and that quick product, so we went ahead and installed it in there for the 3.09. All right, so now let's go ahead and get to the fun stuff. So we've gone over the quick mock-ups here. Let me go ahead and bring a different design in. So I know somebody earlier said they had some issues with vector files, so I'm going to go ahead and bring in, let me see, do I have a vector design? I don't know if I do. Let's just go ahead and bring this one. Just a football, nothing crazy. Just a little vector football there. Alright, so we have our vector. You know what? Let's make this into a two-color design. Let me go ahead. Don't pay attention to what I'm doing here. I'm just going to go ahead. Just so it stands out a little bit more. Alright, so I'm just using my Smart Fill tool here, guys, just to fill in those areas. Alright, so now we have my two-color design there. Alright, so there's my football. And I just colored it in so you guys can see it a little bit better. Stands out more that way. So now what we're going to do is get into a mock-up single product. So here we go. Again, we have the options here, the preview here on the right-hand side. The first thing that we have highlighted is my product. All right, so there's product. And once again, because we're under basic, product and design, that's all we need. All right, so we have product here. Let's go ahead and what do you guys think? Let's go ahead and put this on a men's, or actually let's go youth. All right, so let's go youth. And let me select the actual product. So we'll go boys youth. And then it's going to the front, and now we have to hit, yep, you got it, save product. All right, so that part's completed. Now we need to add the design that we want to add in there. So first thing I need to do is, oh, I didn't think you guys were going to get that one. All right, Bill, there you go. There you go. Christy, yes, we're going to highlight the design, but there's one thing, and Bill had it, there's one thing we need to do before we highlight my design. All right, so let's make sure that we get the right colors down, right? So let's select the right colors. So we have the black on the outside there. Let's go ahead and change that. Let's go ahead and get some cool looking, it's for a youth shirt, so let's get some cool looking colors, and then let's go to electric. And let's go ahead and do the outline here. We'll do football, or excuse me, football. Let's go ahead and do fashion. And then we'll do football. Actually, I knew I was doing it the right way the first time. So we'll do the electric on the outside here, and then we can do the pink on the inside. Let me combine those real quick here. So this pink, the pink on the inside, we'll go ahead and make that the actual football color. The football leather, the fashion football leather, which is a real cool material, and it has that real football texture to it. So I'm going to go ahead and left click on that, and there's my football. All right, so we have the silver electric silver lens on the outside right there, and it's got that cool barbed wire look to it. So it's a pretty manly design or type of material. So now that we have our template created, all right, our design created, now we can go ahead and, like you guys said, highlight the design, and then we're going to go drop down menu, design, and notice once again we don't have the options down here anymore, so it makes it very easy for me. But notice right here, now we have the design highlighted on the right hand side here, and also on the t-shirt. So green and green, that tells me that's what I'm adding. So hit save design, and now we just need to go down here to the bottom and left click on create mockup. And once we create the mockup, that's going to place it right there. Again, it's going to duplicate it, so it's going to put one of them on the left-hand side and then the big design on the right-hand side. And you can see we have all our information. So the size, we have, now here's, again, this is very important because now your information is out there. All right, so your information is the first thing they're going to notice on here. Telephone number to contact you. If somebody else sees this mockup, now they know where to contact you. So it's always important to have a website, email, phone number, any way for them to contact you. You guys don't want to leave out any customers that are trying to reach you and they can't because they have no information to reach you at. All right, so here it is. Now, again, what can we do this design? We can go in here and change the colors again. Make that green. Let's change the background if you wanted to black or gray. And then, again, we change that. Let's go blue if you wanted to. So a lot of different things we can do to my mock-up there now to customize it. But the one thing you guys will notice, and one thing we strive for with these mock-ups, is go more professional with them. So you'll see the actual layout is very professional. It's not too childish. It looks perfect. This is something a professional company can receive. A big corporate company can receive and say, oh, wow, they know what they're doing. This is something that we want to go for. And again, they get to see that real product. I mean, that football looks pretty real on that shirt right there because of that, the images that we've taken of our product that we offer and installed them right there in the TRW Stone Wizard. So again, that more professional look for the mock-up, I think, is also going to be a big benefit to be able to get that product out there and sell that product. All right, so let's go ahead and go back. Anybody have any questions with the mock-up single product there? Chrissy, right now, because we're in the basic, if we're in the basic right now, you're not going to be able to enter that description in there quite yet. All right, we're in basic. So that description you can place once you're in advanced. So what you could do, let me go back here. So what I would do in that case, Christy, is this. I would just, and notice what happened. I changed my settings, so that's why I didn't change it. But what I would do in that case is I would just go here. So just select that, enter your description here, and then I would just edit my text. So I can go football, bam, football. Press too many buttons. Football, and then hit OK, and there's football right there. So yeah, it's typable. Oh yeah, absolutely. That's the great thing. Everything in here is typable, and we're gonna get to that once we get to another product here. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this right here. And can you guys believe how quick time has flown already today? These webinars just get quicker and quicker for me. It's ridiculous. There's just so much good stuff to show. I get excited. All right. Jennifer, my background looks smashed. Yeah, it's kind of the texture to it, but you can change that once you click the back. Once you actually click on a single, click on the single color, a solid color, it will actually change it to just a solid background. Joe, you're not distracting me. You guys are getting knowledge, right? You guys are asking great questions. I don't mind that at all. All right, I don't consider distracting if I'm helping you guys understand the program a little bit better. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and keep moving on here. So the next one that we want to work with is going to be our proof sheet. So proof sheet, very similar to the ones that we had in the 2.14, where you just, again, made it a little bit more professional, a little bit more presentable. So for that one, same thing. We still only have two options here under my template placeholder. So we have product, and again, we have the product selected here. So it's green. The shirt's going to be green. Let's go women's this time. Actually, let's go men's this time. Product here, we're going to do hooded sweatshirt. Obviously, not for Florida, but for you guys up in the north, it is a little bit chilly, probably. I'm not too sure. It's been in the 80s here. We haven't really had much of a winter so far. But we're going to go ahead and do a hooded sweatshirt there. We're going to go front and then save product. All right. So now what do we need to do? Yep, exactly. We're going to go drop-down menu, hit design, and then hit save design. All right, so once we've done that, let's go ahead and hit the create mockup down here at the bottom. We have our logo selected. Let's see what this is going to do for me now once I create this mockup. All right, and again, it's going to take a little bit longer because it is formulating this proof sheet here for you guys. So right off the bat, we have TRW at the top. So there's your logo. There's your business name. Image on mockup is adjustable or movable. Exactly. And that's a great question there, Denise. You know why? Because look what we can do with that. So let's say I don't want this in the center. Let's say I want to put this in the corner over here. Let me go shrink it. Now we have a football dad little corner logo there. So now it doesn't actually have to be in the center. So this is definitely edible for you guys to be able to go in there and change that if you need to. And because I'm working with a vector file, it's very simple for me to do that. So now I can go in here. Let's say maybe that changed to now 3 inches. Oh, let me go ahead and change that. So 3 inches. And there we go. So just like that, we changed that description there. Bam. Now we have a whole different, it's same design, but a whole different layout for it. So now we've added more value to this just one vector file here. All right. Some other things that we have here is phone, email, website. Again, we want to make sure that we put it right there at the top so your customer knows everything about how to contact you, how to get a hold of you if they want to maybe order more, or maybe do an add-on to your to the order they already have. So again, just make sure that you're ready to be able to pick up that phone call or that email and help your customers out. Penny, yours just comes up as a red square. Did you save your design? Make sure you save the design. All right, because that's what happened to me earlier when I didn't save it. So let's go here. Let's just change it real quick. So let's go proof sheet 1. All right, so we'll do save product. But I'm not going to save the design this time. All I want to do is just create my mockup. And this is what's going to happen. So without saving my design, this is what's going to happen. And also, Penny, make sure you're working with the colors in the TRW Stone Wizard on the right-hand side. So the vinyl colors here. All right, so there it is. See how it doesn't come up? And I think that might be your issue that you're running into. All right, so some other things that we have going on here. Again, everything you guys see here is going to be, you are going to be able to edit out or change or whatever it is that you're trying to, however it is that you're trying to customize the proof sheet, you guys can do so. Let's say right here, design name. You can type over that again. If you don't want to have that on there, you can. All our information right here, so our artwork approval here. If you want to change those, you can. And everything else, I mean, everything else here is for you guys to be able to customize to benefit and fit your business style. So if your custom designs are maybe 3 to 5 business days, then go ahead and change that. We can go, oh, did I not click on that there? Let's go ahead and click on that. So let's go maybe 3 to 5 days. There it is. So very quick and easy to change all those proof sheets around. All right. So again, very similar to the last one, but again, we wanted to go more professional with it. Thus, all the information up at the top here, you have your logo, stands out nice and clear. The design shows up there, so we can just go highlight and then export, and then go ahead and export your JPEG, PDF, or PNG, and then go ahead and attach it to your email. All right. So that is going to be the proof sheet. So everybody pretty good with the proof sheet there. And again, very similar to the other proof sheet that we used to have. Okay, so we have all the order forms here. Okay, so I'm not sure we're going to be able to get to all the order forms right here, but just knowing one order form really is going to help you through knowing all the other types there, because it's just basically adding shirts to it. So we'll just go ahead and do this one right here. So we'll go ahead and do order form 1 shirt, all right, just because I just have one design on here. So we'll do 1 shirt here, Now, here's where it gets a little bit more complicated, but again, it's still very simple because we have basic selected. Right? Even under advanced is very simple. But again, just a couple more steps to take here. So the first thing, again, we have now the template placeholder, and just go down the list here. So we have shirt. Actually, and even basic is even simpler than I expected it to be. I actually didn't practice with this one quite yet, but I have worked with some of the other ones, but this one's actually a lot easier than I was expecting. But so we have shirt here. Let's go ahead and select the shirt. So we're going to go ahead and do women's. We're going to go products. We're going to do dry fit shirt. And again, guys, just because you know, really, if you know how to work with one of the mockup types, you can really do all the mockups because it's the same concept. Just follow that nice path to get to that finished created mockup. So here we have product. We'll do dry fit shirt. We want to go to the front. So again, what do we need to hit? There you go. Save product. All right, so we've done that. Now we need to go ahead and change my design. So go to design, select the football, hit save design. Now we just need to go ahead and create my mockup. So left click on create mockup. And that's going to go ahead and run through the program. Again, it's generating this nice brand new order form that we just released. Now this is something brand new that's not in the old wizard, but here's some good stuff here. So Jennifer, is there a way to save the details of proof sheets? There is Jennifer. That you have to go kind of through the back end like we used to do the customs, the custom mockups. Now I do remember we do have a video from way back in the day where it was actually Matt. Yeah, we do have a video. I'm not sure if it works the same way. I have to look into that for you, Jennifer. Let me look into that for you. I want to say it still does work the same way, though, to be able to save it. And if that's the case, then I can send you that video over to you guys. If you guys email us, I can get that video to you so you can see exactly how to do that. Actually, I think it was a webinar that we did a while back that Matt went through the process of showing that. All right, but yeah, it's basically what you'll have to do is just like we showed with the custom, it's just going under file. We'll do a save as. Now when you do a save as with well, not this one because this is actually a mock-up, but with the proof sheet, you just got to go in the folders behind the scenes and kind of save it in there. Right. All right. So again, we have all our information here at the top. Very important. We have the order deadline. So July 15th, 2075. So obviously you guys have quite a lot of time to create these these shirts. We also have, again, all your information at the top of your mock-up there. Logo, so they know exactly what company this is coming from. You got your order form here. You can obviously get creative with a very cool and catchy shirt sale name. And then you have your address and business name here at the bottom right corner. Down here we have our design. See how very important here, we have the 27. Again, if you guys want to change that to say 35, it's a very unique design. Let's go here. Let's go 35. Hit OK. And notice it just changes it, and it still keeps that nice angled look to it. So it's not a flat 35, so it fits perfectly right in that spot. And then, of course, down here at the bottom, we can change all of this as well. So this is going to be 35 again. So it's no longer going to be 27. We want to do $35. So there we go. Hit OK. And bam. So see how quick and easy we can go through this whole entire form and actually interchange it and make it more custom to my business. So I can go in there, total amount, checks payable to. So if you have a client that is still using checks, there's your information. They don't have to call you and ask, hey, who do I make this check payable to? Now you know right there, TRW. And then you have the estimated delivery. All right. So again, you guys are going to be waiting for a while because this one in particular is not going to be delivered till 2075. So if you add extra price for 2 times. Oh, Denise, to add extra, so if you have more shirts, Denise, then, and here's the one I was telling you guys about that was going to get a little bit more detailed, would be when you have multiple shirts. All right, and that's the one that I was referring to earlier when I was saying that. Say you have 2 shirts here, so now you have 2 different shirts. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, where could you add extra? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said 2 times shirts. Oh, Denise, I'm sorry. Misread your question. All right. So you're saying if they have, okay, so you're saying if they have a double XL or 4XL or 3XL, right? Yeah, and you should, as you should, Denise. And most people will tell you that they also charge more for the bigger shirts. Absolutely. So here's how it works. So we're gonna go one shirt. Let's see. Let's find a good location for that. Let's go ahead and that's actually a really good that's actually a really good way to point that out. Oh, Charlotte, you're asking the same question. Oh man, you guys are asking all the same question. That's awesome. Okay, so obviously this is something you guys wanted to see. So let's go ahead and we'll select product, bam, product. Let's do t-shirt, front. Okay, hit save. All right, let me go ahead and save my design. Bam, hit save. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and create my mock-up. And we'll figure it out. We'll figure out where we can throw that, oh, I forgot to change the logo down there. All right, so honestly, what I would do, you could probably even just write down here, do a nice little, just kind of a little hat, little something down here that you might be able to just add it to the bottom, or maybe up at the top here, just put something where we can go select that. Let's go ahead and edit it, and then maybe change the point size a little bit. Let's make it smaller. Oh, not for that. And then just type in, you can do 2XL through, whatever it is, that you want to put in there, blah, blah, and just type in whatever. Hit OK. And it's a little big, so I wouldn't do it that way either. Maybe if you change the size, obviously, something like that. Now you have $27, and then you can say, for this size, you can put in there a little bit extra for that particular size. But that's actually a great point, guys. And actually, I will write that one down again for you guys, and I will run that by Matt, and maybe that's something we can add for future. All right? But yeah, I mean, you can definitely find some different areas here to place it in there. Just get creative, but that's definitely a good idea. So I'll definitely run it by him. Denise, you don't want to start messing around. This is a vector file, so you don't want to start messing around with the columns. So you can see there. See that? These are all layered, so that you don't want to get into the whole messing around with the columns. Trust me, it's going to get messy. Oh, Christy, that's exactly what they were asking. So obviously, you guys, there's a demand for those extra sizes. So we can, yep, we can definitely do something like that. Let me see. Yep. Let me run that by Matt and see if that's something we can add on for a future update for you guys. Definitely. Well, actually, you got 3XLs down here, but I see where, yep. Okay, I see, yep. I mean, down here you might be able to add it as well, but, or maybe right here in the size, but just something where it's more clear for you guys. Okay, no worries. We can definitely try something. I can definitely run it by him. All right, so what do you guys think so far as mock-ups? A little bit easier now that you guys seen the process. And again, once you understand one template and how that template works, then you can basically use all the mock-ups in that basic. So the main point is showing you just the main basics here, and that way we didn't have to speed up too much as far as trying to rush through the advanced and the basic. So what I'll do is I'll set up another webinar where we're going to go through the advanced features, because again, now you notice now we're getting into more detail for these. So still simple, but there is a lot more going on here because it allows you to customize the full mock-up. So you'll be able to change the colors and everything else in that advanced feature. But again, I think just starting off basic and showing you that part of it so you can understand it. And again, it still comes out great. The designs still look awesome. The mock-ups look awesome. But of course, the advanced is just going to give you a little bit more freedom to do a lot more. Maybe Christy, maybe the custom message to the other form. Which other form? They do. The other one did have a custom message. Are you saying this one here? Okay, so like a little custom. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay. And again, guys, these are all great suggestions. So I'm writing all these down, and I always do, just so we can, I run it by Matt, and then we can go ahead and see if this is something that's going to be. And obviously, from what you guys are saying, it seems like it is something you guys want to see. So. Denise, I can see a definite use for the mock-ups to grow my product and save me a lot of time. Yeah, Denise, exactly. And even beyond that, it's a great way to present your products on your Etsy account, your e-commerce account. It's a very consistent mock-up, so you use the same mock-up every time, and now you have consistency throughout your whole website. So now that allows it to flow better. People are going to be they're going to see the product a lot easier. So just keep that consistency going, and obviously with these great mock-ups now, I think it's really going to help you guys grow. Again, this is not something that's really out there right now as far as a program that's not only allowing you to create the designs, but also to create custom made forms for you to be able to make the process quicker. Once you complete the design, you basically have the form completed. So once you've created this in Corel, you have everything completed to go ahead and now get your order filled. So again, guys, utilize the mock-ups. We're going to go ahead and, again, curate more videos for the mock-ups to make it easier for you guys. And then, of course, we'll set up another webinar where we're going to go through the advanced features for you as well. All right, guys? So, again, appreciate everybody stopping by today. It is almost Christmas, so Merry Christmas to everybody. And, again, if I don't speak to you guys, if you guys aren't going to be coming to any more webinars for the rest of the year, Happy New Year, and we'll see you in 2016. If you guys have any questions at all, guys, give us a call, 941-755-1696, or give us an email, info@rhinestoneworld.com. Again, this is Rudy with the Rhinestone World. Have a great day, everybody, and Merry Christmas. Oh, and make sure you guys sign up for the giveaway. We have the Major League, or excuse me, the Minor League kit. Make sure you guys sign up. Yes, you guys, make sure you sign up for the giveaway. It's a really great giveaway. Video's awesome. Make sure you guys give it a lot of views and share with your friends, and just let them know how much you love TRW and how much they make you laugh. All right, guys. Thank you again for joining me. Have a great week, everybody, and great Merry Christmas.